Okay.
So you said it deserves it if it wins it, right? Shay?
Yes,
Okay.
100%.
100%. All right, perfect. Thank you very much for that. And we all agreed. I thought I was emotional about it, like Olawale will always say, that Guardiola messed up yesterday, but thank God everybody agreed with me today. So we'll just quickly go through the worst signings that we saw in the Premier League and the best signings that we got in the Premier League. I just wanted you guys short, some soft. Tell me why you think they are bad or why you think they were good, right? And if you think they are not bad, then we can always rejig um the list. So I'll start with you, Olayinka. Thiago Alcantara, bad signing for Liverpool or good one? Based on his
Signing.
performance this season.
Awesome signing. In the last 10 matches, it was awesome. Especially when Fabinho was restored to his DM position. You know, Thiago was able to express himself, show his skills and his experience moving forward. And in a couple of those matches, in some of those matches, he deserved to have been the man of the match. And okay. I think it was a good signing overall.
Okay, Olayinka, I said Olayinka. Olale, do you agree that Thiago has been a good signing?
For me, I think I won't say I won't say it's a good sign. It's a decent signing because he has not really. For me, I think early on he struggled with the physicality of the Premier League.
Okay.
You could see it. He couldn't really influence the game the way we expected of him. Yeah. Another thing is a bit of he still probably needs to learn the way to play more with the Liverpool front three. Liverpool is not the team that knocks the ball around.
Yeah.
They want a quick release.
I
mean, the front thing. Yeah. If you watch him very well, there are a couple of occasions you will see Salah trying to make those runs. But it's just a guy go turning away from there, looking for another sideway pass to make. So I think he still needs to adjust his game around quick release of the game. But overall, I think towards the end of the season, like Olayinka said, he actually contributed towards, he improved a little bit, but I think performance-wise, it's been average so far.
Okay, average.
Not bad signing.
Okay.
Average.
Okay. Sheyi, I'm going to go for you. Ryan Brewster to Sheffield United, bad signing. Over 10.
Over 10. I don't think I going to get any bar because this is a player that was signed. It was, I think, supposedly that was a record signing for Sheffield United, right? And if you talk about having a record signing that actually sat on the bench longer than
he played,
then something is wrong.
Okay.
If you're looking at,
sometimes you just have to question some of these teams. Why would they sign him? You can't play him.
I'm putting him on the bench.
Yeah, that's what Olayinka and I said behind the scene. So you're gonna give him 2 over 10, 1 over 10, 3.
Personally, I think 1 over 10. Sincerely, it was such a awful season for the young lad.
Oh wow! Back to Olayinka. Natanake to Manchester City, £43 million.
Wow.
Over 10.
What? I mean, first of all, in fact, let's start with the rating. I'll give him 5. Oh, wow. Why?
That's generous.
Because when you get shifted into a world-class team with a Ruben Dias, Laporta, John Stones.
Yeah.
I mean, those are, whether I like it or not, John Stones has stepped up. And Ruben Dias is arguably one of the best players in the season, right? And also Laporta, his quality.
Yeah.
I knew deep down, I knew he was going to get a lot of chances. Mm-hmm. And I guess that he also knew himself. So he knew he was going there to play second fiddle. So, and I'm sure during training, he will take it
easy. Okay.
I'm sure he won't bust his ass during training because he knows that no matter what I do,
Will not play.
I'm not gonna play.
All right, perfect. So we don't waste so much. So we don't waste so much time of it. So you give him 5. Olale over 10. What will you give Nathan Ake? Quickly.
Over 10. I think I'll give him 5. Injury on one hand didn't really help him. Injury on one side didn't really help him. And the few times we've seen him playing, he's been okay.
Okay.
It's been okay.
Shay, what about you? Over 10 for Nathan Ake?
Personally, I think below 5, probably a 4. Because the one thing is, I don't think Nathan Ake is actually a superstar defender in the first place. So it didn't really disappoint me, even though, like Olawale said, injuries also affected this season. Okay. So probably a 4.
Yeah, I'll stay with you, Shay. Joshua King. Everybody thought it was going to do well at Everton. He moved from Bournemouth to you can't even remember. It was that bad that you can't even remember.
I was trying to match him into. I know he had a few cameos before the end of the season.
Yeah,
which that was the time I was really seeing him.
You probably give him a 2.
Maybe a 3. Maybe he's a former United boy, so let me help him a lot.
I think he didn't have enough playing time, just like what we pointed out about the other.
Okay.
Didn't see much of him.
Olale, I'll stay with you now. Michi Batshuayi.
Was he signed?
Yeah, it was signed to Crystal Palace. What did was he signed?
He played in Crystal Palace last season.
Yeah, it was signed by Crystal Palace again.
If you played with the Chelsea, if you play in Chelsea Academy, for me, I think I don't see Michi Batshuayi as a serious player. I think
Michi Batshuayi will have probably Dortmund.
No. I believe he will have done better as a Twitter influencer. Some of his tweets actually fun when it comes to social media.
That's a low blow.
If you played in Chelsea Academy, if you have played in Chelsea Academy, you probably played with the Belgian national team. If you move to a team like Crystal Palace, you need to be playing every week in, week out. For you to be rotating, to be in fact, when he was on loan last season, he had more playing time.
Yeah,
but this season, it's either Ayew, there's an Ayew, sometimes sometimes they mix it up with some kind of formations. He's been in and out of the team, and
so I just don't know. 2.
I'll give him 3.
3,
very generous.
That's good. That's good. You're in a good mood. You're in a good mood today. Like Timo Werner. Yeah, overall 11 goals, about 12 assists all season. Not bad. But £53 million tag with the hype from Germany.
I'll give him a 6. Why do I say that? Yeah. I'll give him a 6. He was hired to score goals. And to tell the truth, when you think about his price tag and his reputation for where it was coming from, you find out that he failed in that aspect. However, Timo Werner is one of the best strikers when it comes to off-the-ball movements.
Yeah.
He knows how to drop players away. And he epitomized that yesterday. He actually drew away Ruben Diaz from the center. And that was what made that was what gave the space to move. And the rest is history. So for me, Timo should improve. I expect him to improve. However, he seems to have lost his scoring goals. Maybe he forgot them in Germany. Hopefully next season.
Yeah, I remember he said that. I remember he started Didier Drogba. It was worse in his first season and left as a legend from Stamford Bridge. Yeah. So I hope
this season I'll give him 7 for winning the Champions League.
Okay. Donovan Beck. Sorry.
Van de Beek.
Yeah, Van de Beek.
Donny. As a United fan, I feel for Donny van de Beek.
Yeah.
I think he didn't play as much as we expected.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to really rate him.
Okay.
At the same time, let's put everything into the equation now. The coach, the team, and the player himself.
40 million.
40 million quid. I'll probably say 4.
4. Okay. And I'm supposed to stay with you on this one. Okay, I'll stay with you because this person is your friend. William.
William should get it too. No, William should get it too. William should get it too. He should get it too.
Actually, I thought
we
were going to nominate. I thought we were going to nominate our worst signings of the season.
Yeah, we can do that after.
It's actually on my list.
So Wale is giving William 2. Wale, I'm going to come to you now. Thomas Partey of Arsenal. So much
very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Thomas Partey was an Iron Man when he was with Atletico Madrid. He joined Arsenal. The guy couldn't stay fit. He couldn't stay fit. And I'm not giving an excuse for Arteta, but I think his inability to stay fit affected the way the team wanted to play. Exactly. Because I think that early part of the season that they were playing 3 at the back, I think they were forced to play 3 at the back. Going to this season, Arteta's main aim, I think, was to play a 4 at the back with Partey playing in that holding midfield role. But he couldn't stay fit. Yeah. And that's really impacted a lot on the Arsenal team. Because of that, I'll give him a 2.
A 2, okay.
I'll give it 2.
You know, Arteta is not my favorite person on earth, but come to think of it, just what you said now, reset with me, and I feel Arsenal behind just Manchester City from December to the end of the season had most points. So I think that's an improvement, so to speak, on their side if they decide to spend money in the course of the summer. And of course, the best signings of the season, right? So I'm going to mention them. I have Eduardo Mendy, Edison Cavani, Gareth Bale, Ruben Dias, Wesley Fofana, Thomas Sutek, and Diogo Jota for the best signings. Do you have anyone else that you want to add to the list? And who do you think is top of the list? For me, it's Eduardo Mendy.
Well, I can add Oli Watkins to that list.
Oli Watkins.
Thank you very
much. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah, Oli Watkins. Yeah, he gave me so many points in or assisted. That's a good one. So for you, Olayinka, who would you choose? Ruben Dias?
I have to go with you. I mean, Mendy had a fairy tale ride to the top. I mean, it was not expected to. I'm sure it wasn't expecting to come to Chelsea this season. I mean, probably got the call and they bought him, and he came in, and thanks to the slippery and jelly fingers of Ariza Balaga, he quickly took over the number 1 spot, and he did not look back
ever since then.
He got better match out. His confidence level rose up, and the most important thing was that his coach trusted him.
Yeah,
and his coach was behind him. So I can imagine him lifting that cup over the weekend, and he's like, I must be dreaming. So I'll give him 10. He deserved the 10.
Okay.
And he deserved the 10.
Olali, what about you? Player of the season?
You know, among all the players you actually mentioned, signing of the season now, I think none of them has probably performed exceptionally well. But at times when you decide on some of these things, you have to look at the context. Yeah. As much as I will probably want to go for Ruben Dias, but I just felt Ruben Dias as a player has actually been very solid for City. But I don't think he's a bit single-handedly responsible for the stability we witnessed in the City defense. I think it was more of the approach as a whole for the team rather than this thing. The Ruben Dias performance. The main thing about the Ruben Dias performance, why it was very crucial, was nobody knew Laporte was not going to be fit for the major part of the season. Yeah. From overall, I think looking at the result and everything, the reason why I would probably agree with you with our line can probably go with Mendy. Not because Mendy has had one exceptional season like that, but there is this thing about every good side. You need a reliable goalkeeper. You need I will use the word reliable. You need a reliable goalkeeper for you to win championship, because there are days your attacking players will not perform. Yeah. You need that your goalkeeper not to concede silly goals at the back.
And actually keep out goals. I can remember Bandasa.
Now, he started I think he started a bit shaky. Yeah. I had in my FPL team the second week he signed for Chelsea, but early on it was a bit shaky. I was telling a couple of people that is this guy actually better than Arrizabalaga, but over time I think he settled in, and I think with the back three actually aided him better. Now, why I decided to go for him is this.
Yeah.
Will Chelsea have won this Champions League if they don't have Mendy? If it was Kepa, I think I would say no, because Kepa will have made one stupid mistake.
Okay.
One way or the other.
So that's
okay. Shay, what about you? Your player of the season: Mendy, Cavani, Gareth Bale, Diaz, Fofana, Susek, and Diego Jota. And
okay.
Watkins, Oli Watkins.
I think, unfortunately for Diego Jota, he got injured at a point and could not really continue his streak. So for that, I think I'll probably put him second or third thereabouts. But I'll stick with Ruben Diaz, and I will make a case for that. I think for Mendy's case, it's quite close to be the signing of the season for me. But I still think Chelsea's defense had quite a lot to play in those clean sheets that Mendy also got during this season. I have my reasons for that. Yeah. They have highly experienced defenders, not just experienced defenders. I mean seasoned defenders in the likes of Cesar Azpilicueta, very clever defender. The Brazilian
Thiago Silva.
Yeah, thank you, Thiago Silva. In fact, at a point, I think there was a coach that referred to Thiago Silva as a second for Chelsea. I think there was one match. I wish I can recall the coach that mentioned that Chelsea were playing with two coaches. Anyway, I believe his presence also his presence in a dressing room will also help Chelsea defense. Also, Rudiger is another crazy defender.
Yeah.
So I believe, and if you also notice, Christensen this particular season seemed to have improved.
Yeah.
So personally, I think Chelsea's defense was also awesome this season. Yeah. So they were like almost 50% of what Mendy just added to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, talking about Ruben Diaz, I remember start of the season, we were all saying City cannot win this league. If you remember very well, the early part of this season, they started. I think they started at maybe 18 points. Then Manchester United was 17 or 16 thereabouts. I remember, and I was in my thought then. I was thinking that because they played late last season, so they had a no preseason, and they were delayed before they started the season. And I think that affected them. But in the course of Man City picking up points this season, you will see that there were a lot of 1-0, which is uncharacteristic of a Guardiola team.
Yeah.
And if you look at the reason, it was actually Ruben Diaz. Last season, we were talking of them missing the link in that defense. Yeah. The leadership that company left, and I think they got it, and I think they got it in Ruben Diaz this season, and that set them apart this season. Okay. That's why Ruben Diaz will be my player
all right.
signing of the season.
That's good. That's fair enough. You made a very good case for Ruben Diaz. I'm start taking a bit, but Mendy, I love Mendy. I love Mendy. And of course, the series for the Lakers is tied at 2-2 right now. They lost against the Phoenix Suns. So it's 2-2 right now. Brooklyn Nets is still leading 2-1 ahead of the Boston Celtics. Dallas Mavericks leading the Clippers 2-1. But of course, Hawks leads Knicks 3-1. And of course, the Utah Jazz are leading the Grizzlies. Utah Jazz probably 3-1. They're going to go through. Portland defeated Nuggets 115-95. Going straight to the tennis world now. Naomi Osaka won on Sunday, but she got fined because of no post match interview. She said she's dealing with some mental issues. Is it safe to say is unfair being fined? Because when we are talking about mental issues, these are things that we should think considerably high on our priority list. And if she says this is affecting me mentally, why do you have to fine her again? Is it because they think they have too much money, or just to set an example? Lale.
Now, if you look at the background of the case, I know mental issue is something that is sensitive.
Yeah.
Because if you are not involved, you might not probably know what is probably what the person is going through. But I think if you look at how this particular issue actually built up, she raised this particular issue some couple of I think days ago, that players are not meant, as in players shouldn't be, let me say, forced to, what do you call it?
To do
or it's not even forced. Like she was like, press conference after losing a match is not good at all. That because most players tend to lose their confidence after that because of the kind of questions posed to them by the members of the press. Yeah, by the, so but for me, I think that's that probably was the reason why WTA fined her, because they don't want to make this thing a trend.
Yeah,
they don't want to make it a trend.
That makes
sense. They don't want to make it a trend, because by the time you allow that, everybody could come up with excuses. And what star players should realize is stardom comes with a lot of attention, a lot of
responsibility,
a responsibility, and things that will not make you comfortable.
Yeah,
it will not always be things that will make you comfortable. LeBron James has been on the spotlight in the NBA for 18 years.
Yeah.
For 18 years. Right when he was drafted from high school, he has been put on the spotlight, asked difficult questions for 18 years. But that is his responsibility, because media guys are just like what advertising is for a corporate company. You might think they are overdoing it or they are overbearing, but they are one of the reasons why. They were one of the reasons why the game is popular, where the game is, the game is today, and why the reason why you guys will earn as much as you are earning today. So I think that's the reason why they took that action, and for me, I think it's just fair.
Okay, all right. Angelique Kerber lost the first round of the French Open. Third time she's losing. I think the clay court is not for her. She probably should just stick. This is the only Grand Slam she has managed not to win anyways. Third straight season, first round defeat. She lost to the 139th seeded player in the whole award, which says a lot to insensitivity or incapability to the clay terrain. And of course, Azarenka won 6-4, 2-6, 6-3 against Adelina Kalina. And to the surprise of the last weekend, it was Dominic Thiem. He lost 4-6, 5-7, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4 to the Spanish Anduja. So note that name. Anduja might just be the next thing you guys should be looking for. Don't be surprised if he decides to be someone else. And of course, Alexander Zverev won. Having lost the first 2 sets, he won the last 3, 6-2, 6-2, 6-0. If you remember, Zverev actually had a wonderful run towards the French Open, but this is not a good or hard-feeling performance from Alexander Zverev. And of course, in the playoffs in the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs, they are still breaking the heart of the Torontans, if that's their name, or the Ontarians, if that's their name. I wish Kachi was here. Anyways, the Montreal Canadiens actually defeated them 3-2 in OT overtime, and they lost the game 6. They lost in 5 and game 6.
Wire.
I got to the wire. Same way, and don't forget they've not won any playoffs series since 2004. So it looks like a change for the Maple Leafs. Malaika, I hope you don't support them, do you?
Well, as a loyal Canadian, I have to support them, especially the fact that their captain John Tavares is probably one of the few players whose name I know. He sustained a very, very serious injury a couple of matches ago, which threw him into a concussion, but he's better now. So I want to believe that for the sake of John Tavares and for the sake of us loyalists, they will take the last game. The last game is coming up. They'll take the last game and move on.
I wish them luck. I follow us now. I don't want another thing that will give me another
heartbreak.
I don't want. I'm a Nigerian as well. If not for Keshi, you know how many years we waited to win
Nations Cup,
Nations Cup.
Semi-final.
No, please. I don't want. Thank you, but no, thank you. and of course, the Boston Bruins actually won against the New York Islander 5-2, which is a good one for the Boston Bruins. And just a little bit from the boxing world, ink is on the paper right now for the trilogy between Tyson Fury and his perpetual Mugu.
Denzel Wilder.
The match is slated for July 24th at the Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. I wish I could be there, but I don't have the money to do that. If I get more views, probably will make some money. I'll be able to go there. Olali, don't you think that would be? Let's go watch. Let's go watch Tyson Fury.
Las Vegas. I think Las Vegas is there are 2 places. There are 2 good places for you to watch boxing.
Boxing, yeah.
Either in Las Vegas or the Madison Square Garden in New York.
In New York, okay. That would be a good one. It's still July. This is just May. You know, we could do something and work it out and go there. What do you think? I like to. Anyway,
it will be massive. It will be massive.
It will be massive. But of course, Shay, we expect some whooping from
from who? I know he's taking the whooping.
Yeah, for whether. Who else? He nearly killed him in the last match. That's point.
Yeah, nearly. But we need to. We also need to know that he has a new coach now. Wilder's with a new coach, and according to people that are quite vast in boxing, they really don't know the pedigree of this new coach and what is going to bring into Wilder's boxing game this time around. So we might be seeing maybe something
different,
out of the ordinary. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. We still know that Tyson Fury's boxing abilities is beyond Wilder, but let's see what happens.
And just what Shay just said. Just as what Shay just said, I saw a clip of the new coach training with Wilder, and he looked different. You know, his movements on the ring was different. He was weaving like the good old Mike Tyson, and I mean, we might end up being surprised this time around.
Okay, Surprise it is. I hope you guys are surprised. I know I'm not going to surprise. Olawale is not going to be surprised as well. Both of us were on the same boat. You two down below, you're on the same boat as well. And that's and of course we have a winner for our predict and win. We'll be bringing him to the show. He's an avid Chelsea fan. He predicted Chelsea was going to win 1-0, and they did. His name is Tolu Balogun, and he's going to be on the show next week just to show an appreciation.
But what do you expect of a Chelsea fan? Do you expect a Chelsea fan to bet against Chelsea?
No, but a couple of other Chelsea fans who said Chelsea were going to win, but they don't get the score line. Someone said 2-1. Someone said 3-1. I guess, but it was the only one that got it right. And that's the wrap, and that's the show. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us. If you don't listen to the show on the radio or on News Instanta Sport on YouTube, do as many clicks as possible. Watch our shows. Give us comments. Tell us where we could improve and how. Thank you. Have a wonderful day ahead. Bye.